So the third way that we can solve linear equation is, or linear system, is by a method called elimination. I don't know. Lesson 15, yeah, elimination. Yeah. So we learned how to solve a system by graphing. We also learned how to solve by substitution. Now we're going to learn how to solve by elimination. Still doing the same thing where we're looking at a point of intersection of the two lines, but we're doing it in a different way, okay? What does the word elimination mean? When you're trying to do elimination, what does that mean? It could be. In English, what does the word elimination mean? Take away, right? Getting rid of something, right? You're eliminating a contestant, or you're eliminating a letter, or you're eliminating a table, right? So you're getting rid of something, right? So exactly that's what we're going to do. So remember that we always have two lines, right? Two equations of a line. And each equation of a line have two letters, which is x and y, right? So with the elimination, you're going to pick a letter to get rid of, okay? And then keep the other letter and solve for it. So if I look at so to do elimination, there's two things that you can do. You can either add or subtract, okay? And I always look for something that has the same coefficient. So if I look here, I have y equal negative 2x plus 1 and y equal x plus 1. If I look for the letter x, this is the coefficient of negative 2, and this is the coefficient of 1. So they don't have the same coefficient. So this is not the best one to eliminate, okay? Now, if I look at the y, they both have the coefficient of 1, okay? So I can eliminate the y by, if I have one y and I want to get rid of it, what do you do? Add or subtract? Subtract, right? Because 1y minus 1y is going to give me 0y, okay? So the best thing to do here is to actually subtract, okay? To subtract, I'm going to have to subtract all the terms, okay? So I'm going to subtract 1y minus 1y. I'm going to subtract negative 2x minus x. I'm going to subtract 1 minus 7. So I'm subtracting every term from the other term. Now, the important part here is to make sure that your terms, they match, okay? So the y is under the y, the x is under the x, and the number is under the number, okay? So even if they're not in the equation, you have to make sure that they actually match, okay? So here's what happens here when I subtract. So I have 1y minus 1y, that gives me 0. Then I write my equal sign because I have my equal sign. No, 0y is the same thing as 0, right? And I want to get rid of that y. Now, negative 2x minus x. What would that give me? So you have negative 2, and then you're going back 1 again. Negative 3x. I have 1 minus 7. Negative 6. Okay? So you see now that my answer here only has the letter x by itself, x and a constant, right? There is no more y's. Okay? So if I want to isolate for x, if I want to leave x or keep x by itself, what would you do? Before you divide, what should you do? Bring one of these to the other side, right? Which one do you want to bring to the other side? You want to bring the negative 3x? Okay. So if I bring the negative 3x over, it becomes positive 3x. All right? Now, divide by 3, right? No, just 3. You only divide by the number, okay? So that gives you x equals negative 2. Okay? Are we okay with that? So now I know what the x value is. Now I can pick any of these two equations, okay? I can pick either equation 1 or equation 2, to plug the x value in and find the y value. Because remember, I always want x and y. Okay? So which one do you want to pick? The bottom. It's easier. Yeah? You can pick the top. It's going to give you the same answer, but the bottom is easier. Okay. So I'm going to plug x value in equation number 2, right? So I go y equal negative 2 plus 7. So y equals 5. Okay? So my point of intersection is negative 2, 5. Done. Yeah. Does it make sense? That's multiple ways. So I can do a substitution with this, which we learned on Monday, right? Or last week also. We can do also substitution, okay? But in this case, they want us to do elimination, okay? Now, at the end, the question will either specify to use one of the methods or will give you the option to do whatever method you want, okay?